YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And what we do here on the drive-thru, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, is give out live free picks against the current lines for the primetime games. And let's take a look here at our crew for today's show. We've got Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-host. Damian Sosh will sign in bottom of the hour. Rod Zawacki joins us. Alex Smart. And we've got Tony Brown, Ninos, and Shane Mickle here in our show today. Let's take a look here at the lineup, how they'll appear. It'll be Smart, Brown, Ninos, then Ruffolo, Zawacki, Mickle, Sosh, and then yours truly to wrap up the show. All right, Chris, good day of sports today. Ready to go?
Absolutely. This week's flying by, but we got plenty of quality tonight, so let's get it going.
Plenty of quality tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Alex, how you doing? I see your hockey's heating up.
We gotta heat up with something. We got to get rocking and rolling now, and I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the psych.
Definitely feeling the energy here. Really psyched up here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look here at the game that you're going to pick here. It's Iowa and Ohio State. This is on ESPN, and we've got Iowa laying 5.5. Total sits here at 156.5.
You know, when I first looked at the line, I thought to myself, geez, Ohio State's had such a great year, but, here we are with Iowa. And there are some, intersecting situations here that sort of are going to favor Iowa. Iowa's had a lot of problems this season with teams that can shoot the ball well from beyond the arc. But Ohio State's not one of those teams. So that's a good omen here for the Hawkeyes, as the Buckeyes rank 9th in defending against downtown Trays in the Big Ten. But what makes Ohio State such a strong team this year is their charity stripe shooting and their inside game. But, we've got Iowa's Luke Garza, who's going to just be vicious in the interior. He's going to be able to hold them down. And another point here, this is one of the most disciplined Iowa teams, programs in a very long time, basketball programs in a long time, one of the lowest foul rates in the whole nation. So we had advantage with Iowa.
All right, advantage here with Iowa, says Alex Smart here. Take Iowa here, laying the 5.5. All right, Chris, Iowa here with the laying the points. Of course, Ohio State does a pretty strong matchup, a lot of points here. How do you see it?
Yeah, this was one of the games that I was looking at up and down and decided that's probably a game that I'm going to be a fanboy for tonight instead of trying to put my money on it. But my initial lean was just towards Ohio State, just because of how well they had been playing lately. Alex makes some fantastic points that, the Ohio State's best chance is to get to the charity stripe, and Iowa's doing a good job of being disciplined and not committing as many fouls per game as they had to start the year. I just think that, if you can hang with Illinois and beat Illinois outright on the road, I think you might have a chance to at least hang with Iowa. But again, this is just the game that I'm probably just going to watch rather than bet.
All right, Alex, Ohio State's had some road success. We've seen issues with Iowa defensively. Put the close here on Iowa laying the 5.5.
Yeah, at first glance, it looks like an Ohio State deal, but further, digging a little bit further, I like Iowa here. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, let's see how it goes here with Iowa laying the 5.5. All right, let's take a look here, Alex, over at Pig Dogs Premium. We talked about NHL heating up. A good night of action here in hoops. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We've got a good card of college basketball. We've got 5 full games. We've got a couple of NBA totals bangers, and more hockey coming up soon. So stay tuned.
All right, check out Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here in NHL. Of course, want to pick up that one-day pass from Alex and make that upgrade to the long-term pass with those winnings. And that All Sports Pass is the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium, because you'll get every play that Alex releases on the site for the time period that you choose over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you next week. And you ready for the Super Bowl?
I'm ready for the Super Bowl. And Chris, did you say you were going to a strip club before the Super Bowl or games? No?
Anyway. I cannot confirm or deny that. The only Super Bowl I have is the Super Bowl of chips that I have waiting for me on the table. So we'll have to see.
Okay.
We'll have to see. All right, Alex Smart, have yourself a great weekend. All right, everybody, Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here with our coverage.
Try to get me in trouble.
I guess. I know it's crazy out there in Canada.
I think my fiance watches this show. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
All right, plead the fifth on that one. All right, it's crazy in Canada, so I hear. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-through, and it's time to welcome Tony Brown. We'll welcome Tony Brown again to the show. Tony, how you doing?
I'm back, man. It feels good to be back.
Yeah, it feels great to have you back. All right, Tony, let's take a look at the game that you selected for the show. All right, it's the one at 10 Eastern time. It's a TNT TV game between the Lakers hosting Denver Nuggets. LA laying 5. Total sits here at 216.5.
Yeah, what a surprise. I got the Laker game, right? This time, seriously, no jokes. Last time we were having a little fun. I was in the casino. But all jokes aside, the Lakers are the play here again. Again, this is a marathon. It isn't a sprint. We took a couple losses on the road. No team's going to go 82-0 or whatever. So, we took the losses. But riding the Lakers horse all the way and cashing all the way to the bank is it's no joke. And just for instance, let's take the last time we seen the Denver Nuggets. You know what I mean? We played them in the Western Conference Finals. You know what I mean? 4-1, 4 games to 1. With the exception of one game, we beat them every game by at least 6 points, if not double digits. So the line at 5 is set perfect. Even in the game when they did keep it close, Anthony Davis hit a 3. The reason why we're such a nightmare problem for Denver is because everything that makes them special plays right into our strengths. You know what I mean? The Joker is their big 7-footer, and against other centers that play back to the basket or a traditional center role, he's killing them. He's coming off that pick with Murray, and they're killing him. But Anthony Davis, he's hitting game-winning threes against Denver. So he's just as, if not more talented than the Joker. He eliminates him. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the superstar factor is too much. In our 4-1 victory in them over the Western Conference Finals, 28, 27, 30 points. This is going to be a good win for the Lakers. We win by double digits for sure. Not the fan in me talking. This is the capper in me talking. Lay your money and put it on the Lakers tonight.
All right, Tony Brown here with the Lakers. Denver, a lot of rest here since beating Utah on Sunday, so a lot of rest for the Denver Nuggets. Of course, the Lakers a little bit of rest. They've been on the road a lot. The last the entire month here. So your thoughts, Chris, on this one?
Yeah, I won't lie. When I first saw the schedule for today in our little email chain, I thought, oh boy, Tony Brown's going fanboy on us. But then he explained his points, and I can't disagree with him on that. This was a series that the Lakers dominated in the playoffs, and they have the size to take care of Jokic inside. I think this is going to be a battle for the first 3.5 quarters, but I think that Denver's going to just run out of gas late. If it goes down to the wire, I think LA covers this one on free throws. So I'll take the Lakers minus the 5 as well.
All right, agree there with LA Lakers minus the 5 against the Denver Nuggets. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look here. What you got going on over at Big Dogs Premium? You're having a really good season here in the NHL, nearly 400 units of profit.
Yeah, man, NHL is my thing, but everything is my thing. When my profit goes down, it's just because I took a couple games off. I don't saturate the site full of picks, you know what I mean? Of course, I want to make some money, but if I don't see a good play on the board or if there's really no value in the games, I'm not going to just put something up. So when I got something on the board, it's premium plays. There's some of the best plays on the board, and you can jump in. You don't have to pay per day, per play, per sport. With me, you can get my All Sports VIP pass. You get every single pick I release from every sport, playoffs and the championship picks included, for one low price. So get that All Sports pass. You can get it for 7 days, 30 days, or the full VIP year. And cash. And I'm releasing my Super Bowl pick tonight. I'm mulled over it. I didn't rush it. I got it down, and we're going full max bet on this one. I'm releasing that tonight at the site. Go get that, and just keep cashing with me.
Keep cashing with Tony Brown. He's talking about the Super Bowl play up there. And, of course, you see the numbers here from the NHL. Get on board with Tony Brown. You get that one-day pass. Take those winnings and upgrade to the long-term pass. That's the best value over at Big Dogs Premium. You get that 30-day all-sports pass, and you get all of Tony Brown's plays from NBA, college hoops. You got the Super Bowl in there, as well as NHL for that 30-day period. All right, Tony Brown, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, man, it's always good to be here. I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week here. Tony Brown here on the drive-through. All right, guys, as we continue on, we have a lot of picks coming for tonight. Reminder to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Now, it all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Chris, Rod, Brian Bittler, Ron Romanelli on the weekends. They get everything started. Then we begin at Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yesterday, we had the UFC show on MMA is on the channel here at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Those are every Wednesday. But keep an eye on the schedule, Chris, because depending on the events going on in UFC and MMA, that show will have spot shows.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. I mean, it's nice to have guys like Brad and Payne that can be ready at the drop of a hat for these MMA shows, and it's not even like they're just here. These guys are giving out quality, and a lot of it, like Tony and I mentioned, it has to do with the support that you guys give us, with the subscriptions, with the thumbs up. It allows us to get more programs out, allows us to expand our horizons, bring in new cappers, bring in new faces for you guys, and new experts on sports you may not have bet on before, or maybe just a new opinion on it. But either way, we love the support. We appreciate the support, and we're only going to give you bigger and better things in 2021. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned and go. We talked about the thumbs up. That like button really helps us out, guys. So give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. It will help us grow our show here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here with the coverage. It's time to talk to El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. El, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Let's take a look at the game you selected for the show here. We're going to the NHL with the Dallas Stars at Columbus Blue Jackets. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. NHL Center Ice package will televise. Stars on the road lane. $1.25 total sits here at 5.
Yeah, we're getting a great price, well, at least what I think is a great price on the much better team here. Dallas did have a couple slip-ups against Carolina, but they bounced right back here in Columbus in the first match of this back-to-back. They're not playing on back-to-back nights. They played 2 nights ago, but they're playing Columbus 2 nights in a row, as they have been doing in hockey. But anyways, so as I said, I think we're getting the much better team. We're getting the better offense. Dallas has always been known as a defensive team. And while they're not putting up a lot of shots, they're making them count so far this year. So the offense is looking pretty good as well. And obviously they got the better goalie too. So I think this is, as I said, a great price on the much better team all around. I'm taking the Stars minus 125 here.
Stars minus 125 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. All right, Chris, I know you cover NHL with Rod Zawacki with the videos on the network. How did you see this one?
This is actually one that I completely agree with. I mean, Columbus, as much as they've been playing well, going from the bubble last year, and they try to keep it going into this year, it just hasn't, transferred. And as much as, you can say that Korpisalo and Merzlikins, the 2 goalies for Columbus, have stood on their head in the playoff series, again, hasn't transferred here. Dallas, like Al said, was a defense-first team. But the offense is now showing up too, and this is a dangerous, dangerous team that's playing like the team that made it to the Cup final last year. And at minus 125, I can't disagree. I really like Dallas here a lot. All
right, agreement here with the Stars laying the $1.25. All right, Al, let's take a look here at the board. Huge card from college hoops. Got some good action. AT&T doubleheader from the NBA. Got a handful of games here from the NHL. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I got 3 NBA plays, 2 college basketball plays, and 2 NHL plays, and I got them all in a 7-pack, or separated the basketball from the hockey as well if you're into just one of those 2 sports. So yeah, check them out.
Check them out over at Pig Dogs Premium. Big card from El Ninos there at 7-pack. Pick it up, get those winnies, and upgrade to that long-term pass. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having a show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you. Actually, we'll talk to you at the end of the show on our final segment as we recap the picks, but we'll talk to you here on the show next week.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, El Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on. Guys, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. That really helps us out, and we greatly appreciate it. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, and it looks like it's going to be time for Chris Ruffolo for his pick on today's show. Let's go ahead and see what game that Chris has selected for us today. Here we go. BYU and Portland. This one's on Stadium at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. BYU big favorites here, minus 19, total 144.5.
Yeah, normally it's not like me to try to lay almost 3 touchdowns with a team like BYU on the road. But I think that's just where we are with the Portland Pilots. This team is a dumpster fire. This is just a bad basketball team. And while they have a win over Montana State from earlier this year, the wheels have fallen off the cart for Portland. They've lost 8 straight. 7 of those losses have come by double digits. 1-7 against the spread in those 8 games. As well, you've got a 25-point loss to Loyola Marymount, as well as a 28-point loss on the road at BYU as 23-point underdogs. We're only laying 19 here, and I say only because I mean, you have this team beat them by 28 just a few days ago, and now we're only being asked to lay 19. BYU's the far better offensive team here. They're averaging well over 77 points a game, almost just under 78. Against a Portland defense that's given up almost 81 points a game. I think this is one of the better bets on the board. Don't be afraid to lay the 19 on the road with BYU in this spot. This is a bad spot for Portland. I wouldn't be surprised with another 20 to 25 point win at the very least for BYU.
All right, Chris Ruffolo here with BYU laying the 19 against Portland, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Stadium. All right, Chris, let's take a look here at what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium. We'll take a look here at the numbers in college hoops. Really impressive, over 1,400 units of profit. We got a huge card from all three boards. NBA, we've got Thursday NHL, and a huge board from college basketball. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, we had the Thursday Thunder 5-pack for college hoops go off the board at 6 o'clock, but we still have our Thursday Throwdown 5-pack for NHL tonight, as well as I was able to repurpose 3 of those college hoops plays for a drive-through number 3 combo over at Pig Dogs Premium. Those are 3 of my favorite college hoops plays for the games tipping off at 7 o'clock and later. But guys, hop on one of those longer-term passes because you know those are going to be your best value. Sometimes you're going to get exclusive plays that you can only get in those packages. If we want to have if we have a 6 pick that we'd like, but we only want to cut it off at 5 games, chances are we'll throw it in that long-term package so you guys get a little bit of an extra bonus there. You guys got the season passes as well as our 2-for-1 capper packages. You want to get 2 of our opinions, match 2 of the panelists on tonight's drive-through. Guys, you can get 2 of us for a cheaper price than paying for us individually. The possibilities for you to save money while making money are endless at Pick Dogs. Sports Chat Plays Premium. Go check those out. You won't be sorry.
You won't be sorry. That 2-for-1 capper promo going on right now at Pig Dogs Premium. That's a really good value. You can see the numbers here from Chris Ruffolo, over 1,400 units of profit. I always say if you want to try them out for one night, go ahead. But take those winnings and make the upgrade to long-term passes. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium from Chris Ruffolo. And you also hear him on the morning every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and company. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And people are asking about Rod Zawacki. Is he shoveling snow? He's here on the drive-through. How you doing, Rod? Back.
Doing good. No, it's not. Maybe we got a little fluff in the snow, but nothing that needs a big shovel too. That's for sure.
No shoveling today. All right, you're going to be looking here at NHL action. Canucks at Leafs, 7 Eastern Time. NHL Center Ice package. Leafs laying at $1.60, total 6.5, but you're looking at this game a different way.
You bet. We're looking at this game. I think the Leafs are going to win this game by a couple goals. So we're going to probably lay the puck line with the Leafs, and I'll tell you why right now. We got Demko starting for Vancouver. He lost his first 3 games of the year. One came back, won his next 3 games. Well, those 3 games were all against Ottawa. Now he comes back in his last game out. He played against Montreal, gave up 5 goals again. He's going to get the start against the Leafs here, and the Leafs high-powered offense. They're in trouble there. I see him giving up at least 4 goals in this contest tonight. And Frederick Anderson, he can easily hold this team down. I guess this is a 4 final. I like the under as well. But my best bet is the Leafs on the puck line, -1.5. You can see it at +145. The Canucks are 0-7, their last 7 games in Toronto. So Leafs win 4-2. Easily get a 2-goal win for us tonight.
All right, that's Rod Zawacki here. And the play again here is the Maple Leafs puck line laying -1.5 goals, +145 odds against the Canucks. All right, Chris, I know you guys cover, you and Rod work the NHL for the network. How'd you see this one?
Well, call it a homer pick if you want, but I completely agree with Rod on this one. You know, any team that's not named Ottawa or Winnipeg, Thatcher Demko's given up at least 4 goals, and that's over 4 starts, like Rod said. This Thatcher Demko's just been absolutely horrible. And you know, Toronto, a loaded roster from top to bottom. I think they'd rival Montreal with the deepest roster in the league. I gotta agree with Rod here. I think this could easily be 4-2, if not 5-2, 4-1. But either way, Toronto's winning this one by at least a couple.
All right, agreement there with the Maple Leafs, the puck line here against the Vancouver Canucks. All right, Rod, let's take a look here. You're doing very well in the NBA, and we got a nice card today. TNT doubleheader, over 625 units of profit documented at the site. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Over the odds NBA Birdcage. I've got 3 plays in the NBA there. You can get that as a single package. You can get my 3 top shelf NHL triple, or you can get it all in one package where you get the 3 top NBA, 3 top NHL, and a bonus college basketball play in there as well. Thursday for $34.95 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or jump on my NBA season pass right now. Dropped it down for $400 for you guys here on the drive-through. Definitely going to make you some money there as well.
All right, guys. Rod Sawacki will make you money for sure over at Pick Dogs Premium. Why not pick up one of that pass for tonight? Loaded card here. You got the NBA. You see the numbers there documented. And over at Pick Dogs Premium, you can pick up Rod Sawacki's long-term passes. That's the best value. I know you get that 3-day, 7-day pass. The Super Bowl's coming up. You want to get on board with Rod Sawacki for the big game. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Continue success, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. But I know you're on the morning shows every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
You bet. You guys have yourself a good evening. And one little side note, Alex Smart was right. Listen to Alex Smart, except he kind of messed it up. You're supposed to send Chris the secret message is what's happening Sunday. 1 blue hole. Good to go Sunday.
All
she
right.
wasn't blue when I left her. She was fine when I left her. She was not blue. God, ruining everything.
She's blue now. 1 blue hole for Sunday.
There you go. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. That's Rod Sawacki here on the drive-through. All right, a little inside information, little inside jokes. And we all get together about 15 minutes before the show, and thank goodness it's not live. That's all I can tell you. We get kicked off. There's no doubt about that with some of these conversations we have. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Time to bring on Shane Mickle. We'll be looking at some college hoops tonight. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, can't complain. All right, you're looking at one of these Big Ten matchups. This one's on Big Ten Network. Minnesota at Rutgers. Rutgers laying 5.5, total 140.5, 9 p.m. Eastern time. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I'm a Gophers fan, and the joke around here in Minnesota is that if the Final Four is played in Williams Arena, the Gophers could probably win the national championship. But away from home, I'm not even sure they could beat North Dakota State. This team is awful on the road, 0-5 on the road. Their last 4 games, they failed to cover the spread. None of them have been close. The last game against Purdue, they were up at halftime, I think by 5, and ended up losing by 19. They only play at 1 half usually, so I'm going to take Rutgers here, lay the points. And if the Gophers do jump out to a lead in this one, don't be afraid to bet Rutgers again, especially if they get plus money on the money line. They will come back and win this game.
All right, Rutgers are laying the 5.5 against Minnesota. That's really, it's really hard to argue. My only concern is the line hasn't moved, because I like that side as well. I thought we'd see 6, 6.5, 7. The way Minnesota's just been, when you shoot in the low 30s on the road and give up in the high 50s defensively, then sirens are flying here. But we're still seeing the 5.5, Chris.
Yeah, it hasn't budged. I'm with you. I'm a little bit concerned about it, but you know what? There's no way I'm back in Minnesota on the road. Like Shane said, you know what? You look at the 5 road games that Minnesota played this season, 0-5 against the number, losing those games by an average of 20 points per game. And a lot of those games, the line wasn't that big, and they were expected to at least hang, if not win the game outright. So I think Rutgers finding their mojo again after beating up on Michigan State and then following up with a win over Northwestern. I really like Rutgers here as well, even with the line not moving.
Yeah, not much line. 9 Eastern time, so there's still a lot of time for some movement. Shane, when you see something like this, you see the open come out, and then you see it go up a half point, and then you think, "Wow, look at how horrible Minnesota is on the road." When you took it at 5.5, did you think the line would have went higher?
Yeah, this is actually one I figured it'd be. I bet it last night, and I figured this morning it'd be already up to 6 or 7. So it's kind of surprising, but it still doesn't really scare me. I mean, I've watched this Gophers team, and I'm a fan, and they can't shoot on the road, so I don't see any way they keep this one close.
Yeah, like we said, shoot in the low 30s and give up in the mid 50s on the road. It's a horrible combination. All right, Shane, let's take a look here over at Pick Dogs Premium, what you got going on, and really a good start to the NBA. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a 7-pack tonight, all basketball. Both TNT games are included in that package, so hop on and it's some college, some NBA. hop on and make some money with that package.
That's right, guys. Make some money out with that package there from Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. Yeah, he was number 2 in the NBA last year, and he's going to make a run this year. So keep an eye on Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. Pick up that pass right now, and of course, he'll come home a winner. All right, Shane, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Have a great weekend, guys. Hopefully, you guys got fun plans for the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. All right.
You make one plan for a Super Bowl party, and then no one lets you forget it.
No.
And then Rod spoiled Tony's early birthday present.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, you guys.
Good night, Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with our coverage. And Damian Sosh usually signs up bottom hour, so he missed out on a lot of the pre-show conversation, our meeting before the show. Damon, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I definitely should have signed on a little bit earlier today. It sounds like it.
Oh yeah, some of the conversations we have here is just unbelievable. All right, Damon, let's take a look here. What we've got on. You don't have your Notre Dame cap. You can put it on because Mitch is not on today, so it's all right. You can switch caps if you want. We got the Warriors and Mavericks. This one starts at 7:30 Eastern time. Mavericks laying 3.5. Total sits here at 229.5. Maybe he'll sign up. Maybe he'll show up on the chat when I speak. We'll see.
Yeah, looking into this game here, the Mavs are just 9-13 in the season. They've lost 6 in a row prior to their win last night in Atlanta. And I know this is the second game of a back-to-back here for the Mavs, but I still like them a lot in this spot. The Warriors at 11-10 on the season. I think they're exceeding expectations maybe a little bit so far this season, especially without Klay Thompson. Last game out, the Warriors lost to the Celtics, even though they shot the ball very well. They were 15 for 37 from three-point land. And a big reason for that defeat, though, is they got crushed on the boards. Celtics out-rebounded Golden State 51-36. They had 12 offensive rebounds. Warriors center Kevin Looney played just 13 minutes. He injured his ankle that game. He's not going to be going this game against Dallas. And fellow big man James Wiseman's also out for also out for Golden State. That makes them a really small team. I think Porzingis is going to have his way this game. Dallas, in my opinion, is better than the record indicates. I think this is a good spot to start to string some wins together for this Dallas team, and I like them laying the points at home.
All right, laying the points here with the Mavericks here. The Warriors are a tricky team to handicap, Chris, because they usually bully the bad teams and get spanked by the good ones. But how do you define Dallas? That's to me is a tough question.
Yeah, I mean, like Damian said, they're a better team, better talent-wise than a 9-13 record would indicate. The thing for me for this game is I just have a personal beef with Dallas. I've been burned by them too many times this season to count. So just on principle alone, I was on the Warriors. But again, this is definitely not a game I'm rushing to bet. It's just the case you make for the Warriors is that they've dominated teams that are below 500 this year. But again, this is a Mavericks team that is better than 9-13. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. This is one of those games, another one that I'd probably watch rather than bet.
All right, Damien, why don't you give us the final word on this one on your Mavericks side?
Yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, I just think the injury bug now is just starting to catch up again here with the Warriors team. No Looney, no Wiseman. That's really going to take, probably going to have to go real small. Probably Draymond Green a lot playing the 5 spot. I think Porzingis can take a big advantage of that one. That's why my money's on Dallas for this. All
right, yeah, the injury bug there, that's a big key there. That's the one nailing the pick home there with Damian Sosh. All right, Damon, good night of action. TNT doubleheader from the NBA. Huge card from college hoops, some from the NHL. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, a lot going on tonight. You can get my Winner Circle pass. That carries all 5 plays that I have out tonight. It's going to be 3 college basketball, 1 NBA, and 1 NHL play, all for sale on the website. Those games I also have for sale individually. And obviously, huge weekend, Super Bowl coming up. Definitely going to have a play on that. So it's a great time to pick up one of those 3-day, 7-day plans. You'll get my Super Bowl play, and as well as everything else that I'm putting out there.
That's right, guys. Get the one-day passes up there from Damian Sosh. A lot of action tonight. Get on board and use those winnings and upgrade to that all-sports pass. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. So pick up Damian Sosh's plays there. All right, Damon, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, everybody, Damian Sosh here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on here. Guys, don't forget that like button. Helps us out a lot, so give us that thumbs up. And don't forget, if you missed any pick on the show, stay tuned for our final segment, and that's when we'll pretty much go ahead and recap every play on the show, so stay tuned for that. So let's continue on here on the drive-through, and it's time for my pick. Time for me to step up here and get you guys a winner for tonight's action. And let's go ahead and show you the game here. We've got Austin Peay on the road facing Eastern Kentucky. Austin Peay going to lay 2.5, total 152.5. This one starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to go ahead and take this Eastern Kentucky team laying the 2.5. You know, the Colonels are pretty much one of those under-the-radar teams. They won all their home games this year. In their first meeting, they did beat the Governors 80-75. They're the second-best three-point shooting team in the Ohio Valley Conference, plus they take care of the basketball, not a lot of turnovers. They're excellent defensive team from three and in the paint. But the one thing here with Austin Peay is they're just not in good defensive form. Look at their past 5 games, allowing 50% shooting. Governors near the bottom of the OVC in defensive efficiency and defending around the bucket. So with that defensive form, I got to look here at this Eastern Kentucky team laying the 2.5. Chris, you keep an eye on these OVC teams.
Yeah, and I won't lie to you. Eastern Kentucky has been one of my money teams this year. And, you know, I've got to agree with you wholeheartedly on this one. Giving up 50% like Austin Peay has in their last 5. And you look at what Eastern Kentucky's done, winning 5 of their last 6, and they put 80 points up in those 5 wins. This is if those numbers continue here, I think this is an easier game than expected for Eastern Kentucky. And Austin Peay, just not the same cover team that they were last year. I think they're 16-1 in their last 23 overall. So, yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Colonels in this one.
Yeah, Colonels there. Austin Peay's defense just not up to par, giving up over 50% shooting. We're already in conference play doing that. I can't accept that. All right, continuing here on the drive-through, guys. Reminder, we're back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. You got Mitch, Chris, Rod, and Brian Bittler for the Friday action. Now it's time to go ahead and recap the picks from today. Ninos, you awake? Oh, there he is. He will join us here for the final segment. It all began with Alex Smart. He was on Iowa, laying the 5.5 against Ohio State. Tony Brown, LA Lakers -5 against the Nuggets. El Ninos, Dallas Stars -125 against Columbus Blue Jackets. Chris, BYU -19 against Portland. Do we see a trend here? We got Rod Zawacki, Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck line, -1.5 goals. Here's a +145 for you against Vancouver Canucks. Shane, Rutgers -5.5 against Minnesota. Damian, Mavericks -3.5 against Golden State. Yours truly, Eastern Kentucky -2.5 against Austin Peay. It's a chalk fest, except for Rod, who's on a puck line. All right, we'll go ahead and start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I love giving out some of these parlays to people who watch the drive for a little bit of a bonus. Thank you for watching the show. Definitely parlay up Shane's Rutgers -5.5 and Tony's Eastern Kentucky -2.5. You will not be sorry tonight.
All right, let's go ahead and go with El Ninos. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I was going to go with Damian. It's going to be funny watching how small Golden State is tonight. The 2 tallest guys are at 6'6". Yeah, Dallas, especially when Boban goes in, it's going to look huge and make them look pretty tiny. So, yeah, I agree. They're in a bad spot in the back-to-back, but I think I'll go Mavericks here.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and select Shane's pick with Rutgers -5.5 against Minnesota. A little concerned the line hasn't moved more than that, but what the heck, Minnesota is just terrible on the road. I mean, just god-awful road team. Just pathetic. All right, so there you go here on the drive-thru, guys. Reminder, we're back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget, tune in to Mitch in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time, as he'll break down the games with Chris, Rod, and Brian Bittler. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Let's give a nice good wave goodbye to everyone. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you guys tomorrow.
Rod, bring it. Oh,
hang on. We're not done yet. Somehow, some way, it's still streaming here.